Hello, fellow brand ambassadors, firstborn daughters and sons of ONPASSIVE, brilliant and beautiful family. Thank you once again for joining us. And of course, the house is full. It's not yet full enough. There's still many other people on the way. So far as it stands, uh, as you can see, I've got a beautiful girl here in the house and two very cute boys in front of me. And so we are going to be discussing the topic, as you all saw, that artificial intelligence is the best seed in the right hands. Before we go ahead, I think we need to say some apology here and explain a few stuff. So if you see that Marty is not here, this was just a last minute thing that happened the moment we were just ready to go on. Something happened that he had to step out. So let's wait for Marty next time. So hello, beautiful girl. Welcome. How are you doing this evening? She's frozen. All right. Collins, I think you want to go first.
Because hello everyone. Nice to be here again. Just to be with our beautiful brothers and sisters. It's a great thing to be here. Great feelings. After receiving so much from our CEO, Mr. Ash, we're still digesting them. So thank you again for coming and joining us on this wonderful show.
Sure. It's always a pleasure. Is that you, Mr. Andy Burks?
It is. I'm apparently I'm the fill-in, and I haven't been called cute since I was a baby. But hey, I've done brilliant. Thank you. Very flattered.
Yoo-hoo! You seem to be happy with this one. I'm happy too. So guys, let's just get going. I would like to see your contributions on the chat because this is a family matter. So as it stands, guys, we all know how much a fuss is going on out there about artificial intelligence. For some reason, anything negative sells really like hotcake. However, we're here this evening to look at the greener side of stuff, the brighter side of artificial intelligence, because Mr. Mufare uses it to uplift humanity. So we want to look at the value that underlies artificial intelligence. So, Collins, would you like to open this discussion? I don't know where we go from, but we are looking at it as the right seed or the best seed in the right hands.
Yes, Stakovo, thank you very much. Before we look at the right seed of AI, artificial intelligence, what is really artificial intelligence? Because a lot of people, they just like misconstitute the artificial intelligence. So let's look at it in this way. Artificial intelligence has been there for decades. Just now that they've started utilizing artificial intelligence in full, most companies, they're coming up, they're talking about AI and people are scared. Then I want to look at the simple calculator. The calculator where you can put 12 digits or 1 + 1 tells you 2. Those days when they developed machine, calculator was like one of the first artificial intelligence, the way they were looking at it, because they feed it with information, store it, so you can enter 1 + 1 divided by this, and it will give you exact number. So what we are saying, that is artificial intelligence in a way, in the right way. Now, what is really artificial intelligence? Because you have artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. People don't even know that there is even deep learning, which is still AI. But let's look at artificial intelligence and machine learning. So artificial intelligence is just about mimicking a machine to behave like human. Why machine learning is about saying, all right, it's AI, no doubt. But instead of feeding the machine with information, a lot of information, why not give access to that machine so the machine can learn on its own, on their own, and grow maturely? So that is machine learning. AI is about mimic computer system to behave like humans. Why machine learning is about giving access to that machine to all the data, giving the possibility, like you give humans the possibility to learn on their own and grow. So this is the part where AI now is really strong. And thanks to the internet age, We're talking about thanks to internet age, thanks to digital digital technology, where all the data are there, so you can easily expose machine to those data and to the internet, they plug into internet, and they can start behave, collect all those data, grow stronger and stronger and stronger, and they can even be so perfect. But now let's look at ONPASSIVE, or I'll leave it that way, Mr. Comfort, then we can take the other part. So I just want to explain all of this, how so people shouldn't be scared about AI, machine learning, and all of that.
All right, you have said a lot, and I really appreciate this. You starting from the history of everything, the genesis of it. It's not something that started just in 2023 or stuff like that, or in 2019. Team, if you permit me, I would like to ask a few follow-up questions, at least one for Collins, because there is already this fear out there that artificial intelligence, it's going to it's it kind of impersonating the voice, impersonating the voice and causing a lot of crime and things like that out there. So when you say it's mimicking humans, it gives access to people's data, for example, and stuff like that. So would that be coming from a positive or negative perspective? Is that what gives it the room, the capability to mimic people and cause the fear that is out there?
Yeah, so people look at artificial intelligence in the wrong way, but I always look at it in a positive way. So when you give machine access, or you mimic machine to behave like humans, I want to see, like, let's talk about the telephony system, where you call, say, press 1 for this, press 2 for that. That's human voice. But is that helpful now to us? Yes, because it takes you to the right location. For instance, you're calling your GP surgery. Sometimes you remember, with this, the volume of information, or let people come in and look at the workforce, it's just small. So now they are using machine to cover other repetitive jobs by giving access to those data. So machine can now take some of those jobs that we really hate. So, but when they mimic it, people look at you, mimic voice. No, you can mimic machine to behave like, to serve food, to behave like human. You can mimic machine to even, to fix car, like engineering. What about surgery? You make machine to operate someone in theaters, and a lot of things, collecting data and put it somewhere where they can easily get access to it. Machine can do that effectively and efficiently, But when people look at it in a different way, we said, no, don't look at it, because remember, humans are the one building this computer system.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I'll let you hold on here, and you will definitely come back, because I have a lot of questions. So, Andy, I think I'll just let it open for you to pop in from wherever you are coming, and let's see how we want to look at, as much as we can, at the positive aspect of AI.
Yeah, let's relate it to a business, for instance, because as Colin said, it may take jobs from certain areas, because these are the mundane jobs that people don't like doing, but it creates millions of other opportunities on the other side, because the technology has moved forward so that there are other opportunities that come from it. But AI technology is programmable, so you tell it what you want it to do, and it does just that. So that's exactly what we're doing with ONPASSIVE. We're saying, we want you to create this or do that for us, but that's it. It doesn't go any further than that, because that's what it's been asked to do. It's not intelligent enough to be able to take over the world. No, it's not. It's not like that. It's not for that reason. You program it for it to do the bits that you want it to do. That's what AI technology does.
I know when you talk about take over the world, I remember an article I was just trying to have a quick look, and they said AI seems to like kind of spell the end of the world, because it's going to claim lives and stuff. However, let's hear from Sister Gladys. We're leaving this open, just from your perspective, from what you think you understand. You have a say, sis.
Thank you so much, Sister Comfort, and everyone else. To me, I look at AI as a form of freedom, because AI used well can really improve lives, can improve the quality of lives. If I come from the perspective of healthcare, currently we are losing so many people because of lifestyle diseases. For example, hypertension, which is high blood pressure, diabetes. And let's look at AI from the positive perspective. Suppose there is something that can identify the likelihood of you becoming diabetic at a certain age, so that it can warn you in advance to know how to start eating healthy and living a better lifestyle, so that you can prevent yourself from having diabetes. That will be a blessing, because having worked as a nurse, visiting patients in their homes who have diabetes, and even people who are still healthy, who work, people just like us, who are suffering from these diseases. These are people who have just lived their normal life, thinking that they are doing the best they know how, because that's what they know. By the time you are diagnosed to be diabetic, it has damaged your body for so long, especially type 2 diabetes. It has been, the insulin resistance has been ongoing for many years. By the time you are diagnosed, it's too late, or it takes a lot of work to go back. So I believe AI used well, especially in healthcare, it can really help solve such problems. And we have used the AI. It's just that it was not a word thrown around a lot. It's just that in 2023, we are becoming more aware, the public is becoming more aware, and people are becoming afraid to something that they have been used. But what makes me happy and settled is that our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare, who is our brother and friend, has reassured us that ONPASSIVE AI is AI with ethics. So I think we should just rest and be happy that it's there to make life easier for us than being afraid. Thank you.
That was powerful, sis. I really appreciate that coming from the medical perspective directly from you. That was a big one. Thank you so much. So, Sister Fumi, you have the mic. Say what you think, sis.
I will agree with Sister Gladys as relating to that, because like it brings to remembrance an article that I read about how they're using AI, and it's AI driven. What do you call it? It's some kind of um, software that could detect motor neuron disease way ahead of time. And not just that, it can detect it and also prevent, further deterioration of that person. So with AI, it's not just, I know people are thinking, oh, it's bad AI or bad. No, AI is not a bad development. It's a good development. But I just think it depends on the hands of, who lays their hands on it and what they use it to do. And currently it is breaking grounds, especially in the health sector, a lot right now, such that it's helping to diagnose patient of motor neuron disease, such that they can either to try to prevent it and try to start a treatment for that patient quicker than, when a human being or a doctor sits down to diagnose yourself. And for that software, it's so simple that you can even run it on your computer. So I believe that AI is something that is very positive. It's just that, yes, we have some dubious people that use it in a negative way, and you can't stop that. Just like there's always someone that will use something good for evil, you will always have that.
Right. No, that's very true, because even the Bible that we know, people still use it for evil, which should be the only book that has the truth that most people know about. Anyway, to some of the people though. So let me come back here, because earlier on Andy said that AI is programmable, right? And then on the other hand, too, or in addition, Gladys says Mr. Mufare uses AI with ethics and stuff like that. AI is programmable, Collins, from the technical perspective. It doesn't have feelings and stuff like that. That's the fear people have, that it can just go crazy. What do you say about that?
Yeah, Andy already mentioned it. Andy said it's programmable, means they tell the machine to do what is supposed to do. So it doesn't go beyond that. So if you tell the machine your job now is to take this per second and put it here, the machine will only do it per second. The machine will never go maybe in an hour, and the machine will never move out of the location. So remember that it's human beings who are programming the machine, and they are telling the machine, feeding the machine with information and said, this is what we want you to do. This is exactly what. So it will never, at that scenario, it will never go offhand, especially when, like Gladys already said here, that ONPASSIVE use AI. AI ONPASSIVE is ethical. Remember, they will never do it in any way. But yes, as we said, some people can use it differently, because remember, it's a software that they're just programming, feeding the information. They can put something else and it behaves. But remember that even if you put it, human being will also shut it down. The same like we're talking about hackers. They are there, they always hack our phone. But the more they come in, what happened? There is always a way people go in, learn again on how to block them. So no matter how they want to do it, there is always a way to stop it, to say, no, we cannot go beyond that, and they will shut it down. So there is just no way, there is just no way AI will take, just get up and do something crazy. No, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
All right. If you don't think so, let's keep on finding out a bit more stuff, right? Because one of the things, Andy, I know that you started this, but you might want to expatiate a bit more, because the worry here is that automation spurred job loss is in the increase. However, I don't know, did you say it would create more jobs? I don't know what you said about it earlier on. But how do you think that, because everything is automated and so on, so how does job increase come into this? I think that it's rather causing a job loss because everything is automated, so I don't have anything to do and stuff like that. What do you think?
Okay, so let's let's look at it from a farmer's perspective. Farmers have no time. They have no time to be able to milk the cows. So what they have is they have these machines that milk the cows. It takes time away from them so that they can concentrate on something else. So when you've got artificial intelligence, so for the and correct me please if I'm wrong with this, but my understanding is that the tech team integrate what we've got with artificial intelligence to say, this is what we want you to create. Here's the start of it. You carry on. And the artificial intelligence then looks at it and says, okay, we need this code and that code and what have you to make what's required. Now, the thing is, everything has to be put together in some way, shape, or form. So when you have artificial intelligence that is helping businesses to do the mundane jobs, it'll take away those mundane jobs. What it will, however, create is all of these new opportunities. So things like ChatGPT, for instance, you have a learning capability with ChatGPT. So you can ask it a question and it will tell you about that subject and all of the various details. Now, from our point of view, it means that there are less manual jobs, particularly with things like farmers, etc., because of the artificial intelligence being introduced. From a health perspective, if you've got a surgeon working on a brain surgery, and rather than use the actual surgeon whose hands could slip, machines won't do that. So the brain surgeon, instead of doing the actual brain surgery himself, he is controlling the machine to do the task. So there will be other things that will spring out of the creation of the artificial intelligence to create other opportunities, other creative things that we can do. You know, we live in this very closed minded society. I've got to do this, I've got to do that, you know, painting, decorating type touch. And there is so much more to that. So become an artist, you know, use your skills for something else, find a new skill that you could teach yourself or learn about using Academy, for instance. Everybody will be retaught into the new opportunities that are going to be brought forward, because AI technology is taking the more mundane stuff away. Does that make sense? Or have I just gone on too far?
Yeah, definitely powerful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. So,
Is that convo? If I may add something Andy said
go
before
ahead,
I forget.
Yeah.
You know, Andy talk about like taking some of those like the you know job people don't want to do. So I want to look like, say, in accounting field. You know, people used to use spreadsheet sometimes to think about the numbers. You know, every time you cross check everything, it's so repetitive. And how many people sometimes when it's too repetitive, it becomes very boring. Now you said, all right, how can I take those repetitive job, which is so boring? And you know, sometimes when you're looking on the sheet, you can even read something different, because how long sometimes, you know, your efficiency and effectiveness drop as times goes, because like you have a lot of documents to read, lot of paper to go through, look at the numbers. He said, how can we automate this so I can concentrate now on something that is more important, like the new ones? So that is where artificial intelligence or automation comes in, to take that type of things that makes you, you know, just make you to be so fatigued and everything. And now when it takes that automation, what will happen? It will create jobs now for those who can automate. You see, those who, because at that time there was no automation, so people didn't even think to go and learn how to automate. What will happen now? Create more jobs now in automation sector. And now they even in that accounting sector, there'll be lack of jobs, because most people will rush in and say, oh my God, if I learn this now, I'll make more money, and it will cut down time. So what will happen now to those who used to do the manual thing is now they say, no, we need some people, because at least there are certain things that people still need to do. You see, so now it creates job, and then it expands the other jobs. So it brings people in for more training to even come in and feed themselves. So there is just no way people will lack job in any way, because it creates, and then there is scarcity of people again to feed that other opportunity, because people have moved on.
Wow. I think I get it. I think I get it. My brother Frank is contributing here, of course, that it reminds me of the 2000 something era, prior to the year 2000, when computer was becoming popular. So the fear and panic generated about the world was coming to an end. And then here we are. You cannot do without a computer. We have even the, so I think it's the same thing. So I just appreciate, please, before I forget, I want to thank Mama G for the super sticker that he has just given. And he says, you all are selflessly amazing. Really appreciate. Thank you so much. So,
Sister Comfort, if I may give an example,
I was going to come to you.
Yeah, us as ONPASSIVE. Can you imagine we are already, as our CEO said, 2 million, but just to think of just 1 million people. And we invite more people, they come in. Can you imagine if we did not have the chatbot, if we did not have AI, how many calls we will be making to support, to complain? Oh, I invited some people, they have not been processed yet. How much overwhelming it's going to be. But because of AI, we don't have to think about that, because that's a repetitive task that AI is going to handle. And then ONPASSIVE decided to use AI, but they have hired more people. I remember Mr. Ash saying that they ramped up the QA department, so that even if this AI is being built and used, there will be people overseeing, the quality assurance people checking, overseeing it, and making sure that everything is done and done thoroughly before it goes out. Just wanted to bring it home. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was going to ask for that too, but then now, guys, I think I'm getting really settled, and from the comments, you can tell that people appreciate this information because it's actually going a long way. Guys, go ahead and share this information to go widely so that people can learn and know what they have in their hands and finally have a settled mind. So, Sister Fumi, I think you start this round. It was all about artificial intelligence being the best seed in the right hands. So let's now focus like exactly on what Mr. Mufara is using artificial intelligence to do. His thing is uplifting humanity. So what comes to mind about artificial and directly to ONPASSIVE, Sister Fumi?
Take for example, thank you very much. For example, first and foremost, just like Sister Gladys said, how come, how did we become added to 2 million? The same way is same way to that
Sister,
extent are going to be
can
our
you turn
target
your video
traffic.
off? Can you turn your camera off, please? Yep.
So we are going to be getting targeted traffic. So when we are getting targeted traffic, how do you think our CEO comes up with that? Is by using AI. They use people that are looking for what we have, the solutions that to scale them down, narrow them down to the people that actually are looking for what we have. It is AI that does that, nothing else. It's not human beings that goes that, and
Okay, sis, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
sophisticated AI that narrows it down.
Sister Fumi, can you hear me? Okay, maybe you hold on a bit because it's we're getting you not really well. So let's just you hold on a minute and let yes. Okay, thank you. So
Okay.
who's going first? Andy, do you want to go on Mr. Mufara's use of artificial intelligence to uplift humanity, please?
This it's a very good question. Let's take OConnect as an example. We had the previous video platform that we have used in the past. Now the problem is that as Fumi's got with her camera and her video, when you reach a certain number of people on the call, then those in certain countries that have poor bandwidth and can't get on the call or can't get their video on, it becomes a problematic because they miss a lot of information. It's stop start, and like we've heard, unfortunately, with Funmi, it's difficult to lovely voice, by the way. So don't take this the wrong way. But okay, sorry. Okay, so OConnect has the capability with this artificial intelligence that's been built in to be able to send bandwidth to those that need it in the areas where there's poor internet connection, so that they can be on the call, they can see what's going on, they can have their video on if necessary, and so on. So that alone is just a small, tiny part of what has been created using the artificial intelligence for just one of our products. So that is one of the most positive things to come out of AI for ONPASSIVE. Absolutely.
Okay. I think that was a powerful one as well. Collins, we're pinning everything on Mr. Mufara now. He's using artificial intelligence to uplift humanity.
Yes,
How do
so
you say it now?
let's look at Academy. You know, I know as Sister Gladys talk about Academy, and I want to look at one simple component which is AI driven in Academy: distraction detection. In Academy, that is artificial intelligence. You know, say a child is learning or something is happening, the teacher can easily notice that that person is not paying attention. That is artificial intelligence really embedded within Academy. And we can talk about all blessed because it's about uplifting humanity. If they don't have basic education, they cannot pay attention. They said education is wealth. The more you are educated, you are more exposed and you have more experience, more knowledge. And knowledge now is wealth because you can do things on your own and then define your life where you want to go. And we have all these features that is already enabled within Academy that can enable, any poor child from somewhere to have, the basic need, which is education. And then we're talking about OBLESS as well, which is also embedded with AI, integrated within the ecosystem. You know, what when I always look at Academy and look at OBLESS, so a child can be somewhere, or say a community want to build something like maybe a training center, they use Academy, and they don't have money, they can use OBLESS. OBLESS can drive that crowd fund, in a way using AI embedded, because where would these people come from? Artificial intelligence will see them, as Fumi said, the market space, the internet. They can see the cost, they can look at something and say, oh my goodness. So they're trying to build this and this in Cameroon or in Kenya or maybe in South Africa or maybe Papua New Guinea. I'm happy to donate X amount of money. How do they manage to see that? It's AI pulling people to that side. And what will happen when they make that donation? It can transform lives and everything. And that's exactly what Ms. Ashbufra is trying to do. The whole ONPASSIVE is about uplifting humanity, mankind. It can be business-like, it can be, business transformation to educational transformation to everything, So, and that's how I say it, which is really a beautiful thing.
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much. I think I liked this contribution from Olivia Tam, sorry. So she says, as human beings, we are afraid of change, especially change that we don't understand. Once we start seeing and experiencing the good that comes from using AI, it will become second nature. I think I can relate with this because there was a time I brought a guy here who is not in on passive. Even right now, he's not yet part of it. He was doing some other thing and making money online, like we've known people do. And back home, they were accusing him that internet money is ritual money, is evil money, right? So I had to bring him to educate people and stuff like that. So when people don't know, they don't understand, all they have is fear and they can say a lot. So I think I appreciate that. Sister Gladys, did you equally have a thing, or did you already make a point about?
Not yet. I'm gonna add something small. At now bringing this to ONPASSIVE and Mr. Ash Mufari. As we know, yes, he really loves to uplift humanity. And one way of uplifting humanity, he believes, to empower and to inspire. And when we see companies starting, I don't want to name names, but the big companies you can think of straight up. When they were started, not many people were involved. It was either 3 people, 5 people, 1 person. But this is an opportunity that is being started from the ground, but has been made available globally. If you hear the opportunity and you feel you want to come in, you are in. Equal opportunity for all to come in from the ground. So AI, because of ONPASSIVE AI, even people with limited abilities, the elderly, all these people don't have to worry about running their business because ONPASSIVE AI is going to do it for them. And then creating jobs. Because when we are affiliates, we are OES users. As affiliates, we own the businesses. It's us who are going to cause the change down to our small villages from wherever we are from. Look at Missionaries for Africa, MFA, under the umbrella of OBLESS. We saw what our brother Chris Johnson did in that academy, SEEDS Academy in Rwanda. Literally, by him and a small group of people, they have changed the lives of those children and the teachers. So imagine how much more we are going to be enabled by ONPASSIVE AI doing the work for us, how much we are going to do to impact our own societies. So I think it's going to create more jobs also, and we're going to be the ambassadors. We are the ambassadors who are going out to cause the change that we want to happen in the world. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Sister Fumi, do you want to try to say a quick thing for 30 seconds before we shut down, please? Okay, if we don't hear from her, obviously we saw that her internet or network was not very stable. So thank God she had already over delivered before that one happened. So we appreciate everything, guys.
Randy was right doing
So are you
that
coming
was
to
what
fight
was
him or to
happening
say
to
a
me.
word now?
Can you hear though?
Well, go ahead. I hope you don't lose
No,
again.
no, no. I'm not coming to fight him. No, you know me. I'm not a fighter.
Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
There isn't much I want to add. What is important is that I think people are watching too much American fiction movies, and so they shouldn't compare what is being done here in business to the movies they've Netflix or whatever they call it. They're watching too much movies and comparing what they watch there as relating to business wise when it comes to AI. So they shouldn't compare that. Films are films. They keep films out of business. Business is business. And business development, our CEO is a man of integrity, and OnPassive is using AI in all its product ethically. So they're not using it negatively in any form. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Botomela Ruth, for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. And of course, family, thank you again for joining. Thank you for the great comments in the chat. And I appreciate we learned really a lot, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sitting in for Marty. I think if he watches this later on, he will be proud of you guys for representing him powerfully, because the job tonight was for just Marty and Collins. However, you popped in at the very last second. Very much appreciated. And that's just the way to go. Thank you, guys, and see you again really soon. Thanks for all the support. Bye. So, guys, let's try and share. Please, let's share this. Thank you.